everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Come on in and cozy up. I am super excited to show you guys what I've been working on this week. I'm voicing 2 voiceovers in one go, so I might get a little croaky come here in the next video, but we'll make it work. We'll do our best. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. So today I am in Windenburg in the Crumbling Isles, the mid-nowhere lot. I love this lot. I built a cottage not too long ago, probably like 2 weeks ago or so on this lot. I just really love it. It's cute, it's remote, it's small, it's wonderful. It's perfect, especially for what I was building here. This is a modern small home. It's actually a loft home, and I was absolutely, I love it. I adore how this came out. I thought it came out super cool and like very aesthetic. It is on a 20 by 20. It is 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and it is on the gallery at 53,001 simoleon. It is available on the gallery. You can go and download it at any time at Ravynthesimmer, and that's also where you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. So, as I was saying, this was built primarily for 1 sim. You can fit 2, that is totally an option, but when I was building it, I really had only 1 sim in mind, and very excited. Very more feminine than masculine in this, but you can obviously have whoever you want to live here. I was doing this little modern build, which isn't like, it's something I am comfortable with, just not like, I usually kind of do more like American suburban home builds, so this was a little bit different than what I usually do, but I absolutely love how it came out. I love the mixture of textures and colors and playing with like the lighter wood but with like the darker kind of like concrete colors in the wall, and then I like how I use these wood textures and then stone textures, and like just in love. I'm in love with it, so I hope that you like it too. If you do, please let me know in the comments down below if this is a style you would like me to build in more. Would you like to see more of me? Oh my goodness, that worked really good. That was a good sentence. You can let me know down in the comments below as well. I'd really appreciate that. But here we are, just kind of working on the exterior right now. We got the form of the build done. I wanted to use these eco lifestyle windows, but they were just too bulky in the front of the build. I like how they look on the side, on the left here. Those 2 look really, really awesome. I think it adds a very different kind of like texture than when it's not flat anymore. It's curved, or it's at an angle now, and I absolutely love how it came out. And then I'm just placing these base game, I believe they're base game windows, and an accident here turned into a purpose on this back wall. I did not mean to initially place those windows in a V shape, and then I was like, hold on, I'm actually onto something. So I used it kind of like as a decoration accent piece to one of the walls in the loft part of the build. Super excited. I have this little porch over here to the right too that I absolutely loved. I think it came out cool, and I kind of tucked a little trash can back there, so you can't really see it from the front of the build, but it is there. I didn't forget it, and I remember the mailbox, so honestly, it was just on a roll. Here I am fidgeting with the stairs. This actually kind of took me a minute. I mean, stairs always take me a minute, though. Let's not be surprised here. But I really do like how they came out. Everything has been play tested, and I actually found some cool, I found a cool little tip, sort of, about, you'll see in a second. I will tell you about it when it comes up. But I decided to lower that living room area, just kind of get difference in the building, and sorry, I'm very excited. I've had caffeine, and I'm very sensitive when it comes to like caffeine and stuff, so like, woo, let me tell you, I'm spicy train right now. But if I could have done one thing different with this build, and I actually, like, after I uploaded it to the gallery, I filmed it, I edited this video together, I went to sleep, and I was laying in bed, and I realized, like, I should have 100% put a light in the ceiling, like a window in the ceiling, because that would have just looked impeccable. So if I could go back in time and bonk myself in the head, that's exactly what I would do. I really liked using these lighter wood in here. I think it's like more of an oak color of wood. I absolutely loved it. And I challenged myself in this build, as I've been talking about my last, to do kind of something different with the bathroom. So when we get there, I will show you, I'm over the moon. I'm so excited to show you. But here I am just kind of painting the whole, I've kind of been doing this more and more recently, is where I'll paint the whole building in white, and then I will add accent walls to, you know, the walls to be accented. And up here in the bedroom area, I did use a black, white, and dark green, and I thought it was beautiful. I used this more navy blue throughout the first floor. And so it's kind of like the lighter woods with the darker colors and the white contrast walls. I just thought it all looked super pretty. I did test to make sure that you can get in and out of that bathroom through the whole living room, and it works like a charm, so we are okay there. And here I am starting on the kitchen area. It's kind of like an odd shape. I definitely went L shape with this, but I couldn't like be happier with how this came out, honestly. I think it came out super cute. I'm so excited. I did something entirely new here, and I can't believe I've never, again, another bonk on the head moment. I can't believe I've never done something like this. If you don't recognize the cabinetry for Dream Home Decorator is kind of like lackluster in my opinion. It could have been better. I added these under cabinet lighting so that I was just like, where have you been all my life? And the answer was in the high school years pack. That's where you can find those lights. But I added it and it made it so like sleek. I absolutely loved how it came out. I do take all of the top shelving off and do replace it with the Dream Home Decorator modular pieces actually, and I loved how it came out. I was able to use some as more like open shelving, which I absolutely adore in builds. And yeah, you'll see it here in a second. I'm just fidgeting with these windows, kind of trying to place it so it looks like not weird with the pillar right in the back, and then we kind of situating out the dining area here, so it goes from the kitchen into the dining area into a living area. You go upstairs and there's where the sleep town is. But this is kind of where I came up with the idea. There's these modular pieces that, first of all, just look great with the lower cabinets. Because that there is only one upper cabinet for two different countertops in Dream Home Decorator, it doesn't necessarily match these ones. So I was super impressed with how this all came out. So yeah, I'm kind of like just switching it up a little bit. We've got these overhead cabinets. I'm using the lights. I just adore how it came out. I think it looks super cool. So the sim I had imagined to live here is very trendy. They are very social. They like to cook. They like to host. So I kind of I kind of decorated towards that kind of personality. And yeah, I like how, I know I keep saying it, but I absolutely love how this came out. The colors, the use of stone and tile and wood and concrete and glass, like all of it, I'm in love with it. But here I am kind of just like bouncing around a few places. See, I've been lately having a bad case of the forgetties where I've been playing this game for ever since it came out, and sometimes I just can't find the things I'm looking for. So to combat the case of forgetties that I have had, I like to kind of like pull out while I'm in the debug catalog or in the clutter part of the catalog. I like pull it out and stick it in the other rooms, and I don't know, it helps me kind of keep my mind on track even though I'm kind of going off track. But yeah, here I am decorating the kitchen. I'm going to throw some debug clutter up here in a second and just kind of like give it some life, give it some personality. And I don't know, it came out so cool. I put a car. I put a car because I don't know, that seemed fitting for the whole vibe too, like that little convertible. But yep, I'm going to put on some of the like wall sculptures or whatever. And like the cutting boards, I throw up this little herb thing because I figure, hey, they're a cook, they really like herbs. They also like if they were to have two skills, it would be mixology and cooking. So I also found this little cabinet that has like some coffee stuff, and I thought that was super cute. And then I kind of like backtracked a second and thought, wait, if I'm going to add all of that, why not add a coffee maker, so keep on trend here, keep on brand. And then I wanted to put initially a neon sign here because I thought that would fit the space really well. Then I saw this one light, that one. I sized it down one, And I thought that looks really, really cool. What would look cooler is if I added some pictures like around it to like kind of frame it in too. So I added these from Cats and Dogs, kind of switched them up a little bit. I thought the color scheme worked perfectly for what I was trying to accomplish, and added a black rug and called it a day over there. I added a little rug here, and that's when I realized, hey, coffee maker. So I just added that, and it has mugs in the overhead cabinets. Here I am working in the bathroom. I added this little wall divider so I could stick a shower in this corner, and I ended up going with this one's from the fitness stuff pack, and I like how it fit. I liked the color, I liked the tile in it, and then I used this sink from Spa Day. I was gonna frame it in and decided last minute to not, and then I kind of thought I had an epiphany moment where I was like, okay, if that door opens and someone's using the restroom, everyone in the living room will see them. So I put up this little wall divider, so to keep it from being awkward, and added some just like wall clutter. Here I kind of decided, like, obviously they're not going to have very much under the counter storage, so I decided to start hanging it up over the toilet. So I added some shelves, I cluttered those up, and then I realized, like, what would be better than a console table. So I shifted through a couple before I landed on a like kind of a more retro one, to be quite honest. This one right here, I thought the color looked great, the texture looked far better than the one from Parenthood did. And I added this little basket. I thought maybe that those were like the folded up towels. And then I just kind of cluttered these shelves, aesthetically cluttered, by the way, these shelves with like some personal items. I thought it came out really, really cute, and kind of like told a little bit more of a story about the sim who lived here. And that's why I kind of said that this is more feminine, is because there's like nail care products, makeup products, like that kind of stuff. I wanted to put a little plant baby up here, and I had another case of the Forgetties and couldn't find this guy, but I found him, so it worked out in the end. Thank goodness. It's like that plant, that specific plant, and the one that's just a wee bit smaller, I can never actually find. So, yeah, fun fact. I put this gold rug in here because I thought it looked so beautiful with the dark blue, and then it kind of helped reflect the yellow in the tile flooring, and I thought it was gorgeous. This is hands down one of my favorite bathrooms I've ever made. I switched out the lighting to kind of give it more personality, and I called it a day. I thought that the mirror selection was gorgeous. I love how it came out. This was a very awkwardly sized living room, and I totally recognized that, so I carefully placed... I was very specific. I liked the overhead lighting, or the wall lighting sconces. There we go. The sconces that I use. What are those called, sconces? Because they don't really look sconcy to me, but maybe I'm wrong. I threw this 3-seater couch, a small TV with these sconces on the walls. I added the light from Tiny Living, a rug from Eco Lifestyle, a couple plants, and that later I'll throw a little yoga mat in here. I imagine like maybe the sim like who lives here when they're not, entertaining, maybe in the morning or the evening time, they throw out their yoga mat and they just store it in their living room. That's where I store my yoga mat. And then just added some personality. Later I'll put a giant peacock. I'll size the peacock down and I will stick it next to the TV stand because I thought it was decorative. It looked cool. I really badly wanted to make that work. I just couldn't. I liked the jar, so what I ended up doing was adding 2 plants here. It's not going to be 2 of the same plants, it's 2 different plants. I think they're both... No, one is from the industrial... I can actually... You know what? I can't speak on that because I can't remember. But I added 2 plants to it to kind of give it more texture and layer, and you have a use for that vase, and I thought it was really pretty. I cluttered this up. I imagine that this little basket on the table here is used as a like catch-all. And then I put these sunglasses, I bounced them on the side, so like maybe they were just like, gotta stick them here. I don't know, I thought it was a cute little thing. And then I added an area rug and I called that good. Oh, I put a fancy mirror on the bottom next to the bathroom, just because the wall needed something and I didn't think a picture would really cut it. I imagine that this sim, even though they are super outgoing and very extroverted, really does like to curl up with a good book on their downtime. So I got this gorgeous and also very large bookshelf, and just cluttered the crap out of it. Luckily, this modular piece from... I literally just said the pack earlier today. Dream Home Decorator. Works really well like a red shelf. Have you ever heard of that mod? Unfortunately, my computer, I've said this before, my computer is just not ready for any additional mods or CC, but someday we'll get there. But I really wanted, the dream was to shelve everything. There was a book on every shelf, but that was difficult and tedious. So I decided just to clutter it up with these paintings. Then I add a couple of sculptures. I thought that like the woman's body sculpture was gorgeous and would fit perfectly there. I find a good vase and I stick it on the bottom, but before that I put this little, what do you want to call that? Like spooky, it's not the last stuff pack, paranormal stuff pack, that little like owl sculpture thing. That's not an owl, it's probably more like a hawk. That's really embarrassing. Anyway, I kind of call it a day there and I start working on the bed. I absolutely love what I did with this bed. I found this and initially was like, not a fan. I had a problem, but it's okay, I fixed it. So I decided to add these curtains. They're actually leaf curtains from the plant kit. And I kind of just frame the bed with them. I add the hanging plants to the top or the bottom left corners of the bed just to kind of give it some more va-va-voom, if you will. And I'm obsessed with how it came out. The bed is totally functional. I totally made sure. If you see Santa in the background, if you see Father Christmas or Father Winter or whatever, in the background, I used him. And the fun fact is he's absolutely loaded. So if you're doing like the Black Widow challenge, I would absolutely murder him for his money. Like, just delete the ladder. Put him in the pool, delete the ladder. Because like literally I think it was like 500,000 simoleons. Oh god, that was embarrassing. And it was like, I was floored. But I used him to playtest. That's how I figured that out. Santa has a lot of money. He is well off in the Christmas business. I added this cute rug and this like egg chair because it was a wonderful combination. A fancy light at the top of this, and I just kind of thought like the mood lighting in the bedroom was perfect, and I realized what a better companion for such an outgoing person than a cat. I know dogs are more excited, but I figured they're probably far more into their social life, where dogs are like very needy and attention wise. Cats aren't as needy as in the need for attention. Don't get me wrong, all cats and dogs are different. I totally recognize that, but I just thought it was really cool. And then I was like floored by how big the cat trees are in this game. But it's okay. I thought for a moment here maybe I'd add these concrete pieces. Decided against it. Oh look, there's Santa in his summer gear. Decided against it, and later I will put down some terrain paint that I thought looked really great. But for now I'm just going to be adding these vines on the side here. These came from the debug menu, so they're absolutely free. And I start working on this fence. There was no fence that I was really like happy with in the game to put, so I found this one in debug and I decided to use it, and I love how it came out. Totally functional. You have entire access to the backyard. However, your sim will run through the fence like it's not there at all. And that's just the fun of debug. Here I am just pulling out as many as I could just to kind of, speed up the process along here. And yeah, I really like how it came out. It was really I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's like therapeutic almost. Just laying this down and like, the ASMR sounds of like dropping things and picking things up out of the catalogs and stuff. It was kind of just relaxing. Catatonic? Is that the word? No, that's not the word. Cathartic? Is that the word? Yeah, I think cathartic's the word. Catatonic is not the word. But yeah, here I am. I've just finished laying out this back fence, and I'm going to start working on the kind of grill area. This person really, really loves to host. I absolutely loved how the black in the wall really went well with the black in the grill here. I add this kind of like outdoor sink from Eco Lifestyle. I considered using these like outdoor benches, decided against it. I like I want to call them sun chairs, like lounge chairs. I used, and then it took a little bit of messing around, but I found a way to use these like really pretty string lights from the toddler stuff pack. I think it came out really dreamy. And I'm going to add hot tub, and the most zen and aesthetic swing set-ish thing I've ever seen in all of my days. But yeah, that's gonna be kind of like the end of the build, is finishing up here. I'll add some terrain paint, different plants and stuff. I decided to use potted plants for like the majority. I throw some shrubbery in the backyard, but I decided to add some like potted plants in back here just because like I thought it was cool. There's actually one that I'm gonna stick behind the lounge chair in a little bit that I have like never ever used before. And yeah, here's that swing set I was talking about. When I saw it, I was like, okay, no, I have to use that. So goodbye. What is that called? Fire pit? Hello, swing set. Yeah, so here we are, just kind of like charting out where I'm gonna put like the rest of the like the garden stuff, the plants. I suppose that's the word for that, is plant. Way to go, Raven. Plant. Forgot the word. Nice. But yeah, I'm gonna actually leave you guys here. You got about 3-ish minutes left of the video. Enjoy the screenshots. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I absolutely love this build. Let me know if you feel the same. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!